Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Wednesday, the 12th of January 2022. Hope your week is going well. We shall get on with our medium level Sudoku game from the Guardian in just a second before I mention something that's happening in the news. Well, in this case, back in the UK. Britain's Prime Minister is apparently in trouble for attending or possibly attending a party back in May 2020, a bring your own booze party, when actually at the time people were struggling with their friends and relatives dying in hospital that they could not visit, and people were allowed to make contact with one other person outside, and they decided to invite, I think, 100 or something. I think maybe 40 turned up. And again, it's this like there's one rule for the powerful and another rule for everybody else. And this is a global problem, of course. We see it across the world in so many places. But for a fairer future, if you're going to have laws, they need to apply to everybody. Okay, the rules of Sudoku are pretty simple. Only one rule really to understand, and that is if you can count between 1 and 9, you can play the game. No, that's not the rule. The rule is numbers between 1 and 9 must be fit into their various rows, columns, and these outlined areas that we call blocks. If you've never played the game before, well, today is your day to start, right? Oh, look, the numbers appear to be in a kind of diagonal band today. That's rather unusual. What does it mean? Does it mean that all of these numbers are going to be easy to get like this, and that's going to be very difficult? Not necessarily. No, it doesn't always work like that when you see these strange shapes. Anyway, let's explain how to play the game. And the first two numbers are going to appear very quickly, because the thing that hits me is seeing this 6 in this row means that 6 cannot appear again in this row, so no 6 can be in any of these any of these squares. Now, in particular, I want you to notice these 3 squares here, and this 6 blocks along this row here because it's already in this row, cannot reappear. So 6 blocking across here, so a kind of blocking pattern for 6s across both of these rows, and then a 6 blocking up this column here. No 6 can appear again in this column, and so there is only one square left. Brand new pen, by the way, so the 6 fits here. I bought a few yesterday. Now the 7 blocks across this row here, and the 7 blocks across this row here, and that's why I told you two numbers will fit very quickly. I noticed the 6 and the 7 and the intervening 6 here very easily, so that was pretty clear to see. Now I might have to think about it. I didn't have to think anything about that. Right, let's see what else. Okay, it's good that I noticed those first two, because the rest of it might take me a bit longer. Are there not any other easy gimmies? There usually are. What am I? Where should I be looking? Ah, there we go. 6 blocking down here and 6 blocking across here. In fact, puts a 6 into that square there. Okay, there are 3 empty squares in this block here, and they are, I believe, 2, 5, and 9. We've got 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So 2, 5, and 9 are the missing numbers. But this square here is seen by a 9 and seen by a 5. This is the verb that Sudokans prefer. 9 and 5 both see this square, and therefore this cannot be 9, cannot be 5, and there's only one other number to consider. That, of course, is the 2. Now the missing numbers here, I think, are 5 and 8. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no 5, 6, 7. There's no 8. Now clearly this 8 stops this square from being an 8, so an 8 must fit here, and a 5 is the last number that we need to complete that row. Okay, hope you've got the idea of Sudoku now if you were new to the game. This 5 stops this square from being a 5. We need a 5 for this block, so it goes here, and the last number that we need is a 3. Now we have 3 blocking across this row here, 3 blocking across this row. That's the way I look at it, a kind of blocking pattern across the rows or columns, and a 3 blocking up here, blocked, blocked, and blocked. So 3 is in that square there. Now the 3 blocks down here, and this 3 blocks up here, so we know the 3 goes here. This 1 stops this square from being a 1, so 1 is here. Now to finish this block, we just need a 2. We've got everything else. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so the 2 goes there. The 2 stops this square. Oh, sorry, we've got 2. I'm looking at the wrong side. Oops. See how easy it can be to make mistakes. You almost make mistakes. Now you won't. It won't matter to you because you're not making a video. But it just. Oh, forget it. Right, what numbers are missing up here? Or more likely, what numbers are intersecting? That would be better. 5 blocks across here, 5 blocks up here, 5 blocks up here, yeah. 5 blocking up this column, and across this row. So a 5 will fit there, and then there's 1 digit to get up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So this has got to be an 8. Okay, where to look now? I think we need to shift our focus because there aren't many intersecting numbers across the top here, are there? Oh, no, maybe not. No. I tell a lie because 7 and 2 block this square. Okay. All right, let's investigate the missing numbers in this column. We've got 1, there's no 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's no 7, and there's no 9. So 2, 7, and 9 are the missing numbers in these 3 squares here to complete this column. But the 2 and the 7 both block this square here. So in fact, this has got to be a 9. Now we need to shift our focus elsewhere because we can't get the rest of these just yet. For newcomers to the channel, I should mention that The reason there is a slight delay is because I don't play these games ahead of time. I have absolutely no idea what the solution is before starting the video, and so sometimes there is a pause while I search for the answer. Okay, 2 blocks down this column, 2 blocks down this column, 2 blocks across the bottom row, and 2 blocks across this penultimate row as well. And so 2 will be in that square there. Four blocks across this row, 4 blocks across this row, and 4 blocks down here. So now we only have 1 square available for 4. Okay, 3 blocks down this column, 3 blocks down this column, so blocked, and a 3 blocking across here. So we can place a 3 there. In this column on the right, the last column, there are 2 missing numbers, and I think they are 8 and 9. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no 8 or 9, but over here we have an intersecting 9. So this cannot be a 9. So the 9 must fit there, and the 8 must fit there. And that's probably enough to finish the game now. 8 blocks across here, 8 blocks across here. So 8 is going to be in that square there. The missing numbers in this row, bottom row, are 7 and 9. We don't yet have 7 or 9, but we have a blocking 7 here. So the 7 goes here and the 9 goes in that square. Now this 9 stops this square from being a 9, so the 9 is here. And the 5 is the last number we need to complete that block, I mean. What's going on over here? I need to look over here. 2s are there. 3s are anywhere there. 4s there. 5s up there. 8s are there. 9s are down here. I'm not concerned that this is a difficult game. I'm just spending quite a lot of time. It's very early here actually this morning. I'm spending quite a lot of time with this. I'm doing it in a kind of lazy way. What's going on here? Um, oh, there it is. I knew there had to be something. 9 blocking across here, 9 blocking across here, 9 blocking up here. Proof, if you need it, that I don't play these games ahead of time, because that was pretty easy to see. Probably you saw it quite some time ago and were wondering why I hadn't put it in yet. And now you know. Okay, so what we can say now is this 2 blocks this square, right? This 2 means this square cannot be 2. This 2 blocks both of these 2 squares. Remember, you can only have a number once within a block, so no 2 is allowed in these 2 squares or this square. That leaves just these 2. And if you look down here, you'll see that 2 stops that square from being a 2. So our 2 must fit here. And now we can finish this column at last. It's a 7 that we need to finish that column. 7 now blocks across here, 7 fits there. 7 blocks down this column, down this column. Oh, I can hear my stomach rumbling. You can hear that. Obviously I haven't had breakfast. That's something I need to remedy quite soon. I should finish this game and go and eat. Okay, the 3 blocks down here, now we only have 1 empty square where a 3 can go, so it goes there. The missing numbers here are 1 and 5. Well, okay, I'm rather enjoying it. It's not that tough. It's just taking me ages to see. Okay, 4 blocks across this row. 4 is somewhere here. That means that wherever the 4 is in this row, it's blocking here, but blocked here. But it'll be at least it'll be either in this square or this square. But it doesn't matter which one, because whether it's this square or this square, it will still block along here. So this can't be a 4. This can't be a 4, and 4 blocks up there. So finally, I'm making a little bit of progress. Now we've got lots of 1s and 6s. This is 1 and 6, 1 and 6, 1 and 6. And these are 1, 6 and 8. Okay, 9 blocks down here, 9 blocks up here, and 9 blocks across this row. So 9 is in that square there. Now we're just 2 numbers missing across this row. One of them is a 3, I know. 3 and 4 are missing actually. 3 blocks here. So the 3 goes here, the 4 must be in that square, and that surely will finish it now. 4 blocking up here, 4 blocking up here, 4 across here. Puts a 4 there. Two blocks across here, 2 blocks up here, so that's the only place that 2 can go. Oh, excuse me. Let's hope it's not the COVID starting. Yeah, there's a 1 missing from here, so 1 will block up there, 1 will block up there, 1 must be in that square there. Right, finally, okay, so 5 is one of our missing numbers here, which will block up here, so this can't be a 5, and 6 blocks this here, so we don't have 5, we don't have 6 in this square. It's got to be 8 because that's the third in our trio of numbers. Now 8 blocks here, 8 blocks here, so that's an 8 there. 1 stops this from being a 1. We need a 1 for this row. 1 blocks this square here, 1 goes there. This is going to be a 6, if you remember. We're missing the 1s and 6s. Oh, my stomach is getting really noisy. Hope the microphone is not picking this up. 6 blocks across here, 6s here. Can you hear it? It's absolutely... It's louder than my neighbours chatting, and they're pretty loud. 5 blocks up here, 5 blocks down here, so 5 must be in that square there. Or you could just count through and see what's missing there. We have 1 number missing from this column. It's a 1. Let's put it in. This can't be a 1. That's a 1. That's a 5, which was the last number we needed. 5 blocks across here now, so 5 is there. And the last number that we need to fill in this block or this column or this row is a 6. Doesn't matter which way you look at it, and we're almost finished the puzzle now. 2 stops this from being a 2, so the 2 is here, and 8 is all we need to finish today's medium level puzzle. It was good. It didn't let me finish without thinking at all, but it wasn't particularly difficult. But it's still very early, and as you hear, or may be able to hear, it's pre-breakfast, and therefore I'm lacking. Oh, my stomach's at it again. Okay, enough. Bye bye. I'm off to breakfast.